who is also from another banking company that is well known for being one of the first to embrace technological innovations to empower its customers. So in case you didn't know, the bank I'm talking about is Unionbank. All right, so anybody here use Unionbank? Okay, I'm one of them, so yes. All right, so So Unionbank supports the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals through pursuing digital transformation, investing in relevant social and environmental programs, and promoting equality and financial inclusion to power the future of banking. So before we proceed to our next speaker, we have a short video that we'd like everyone to watch. So please direct your attentions to the screen and watch this.
Calling all innovators, the dreamers, the builders, the ones who see what is and imagine what could be. At Unionbank, we're not just reimagining banking, we're using it to uplift lives. We believe banking can be a force for good, a platform for purpose, and it starts with you. This is where bold ideas take shape and where your growth fuels real-world impact. Here, every idea is driven by something deeper, the power to uplift communities and the lives behind every transaction. You won't just grow, you'll transform with continuous learning, future-forward tools, and a team that believes in your potential. Career growth isn't a ladder, it's a launch pad. You'll move across roles, across challenges, across possibilities. We give you the space to lead and explore. Because the future isn't something we wait for, it's something we build together. The future is us. Your ideas, our shared purpose. Banking, reimagined to uplift lives. Starting with you. Unionbank. You reimagined.
Now, to share about accelerating inclusive impact, reimagining banking to uplift lives, we have today a passionate advocate for corporate social responsibility and sustainability. So he continues to integrate social impact and sustainability principles into leadership development and organizational growth through programs that tech up Pilipinas and bridges the gap between talent strategy and responsible business, reimagining the way we do banking to uplift lives. So that said, let's all welcome Unionbank Senior Talent Capability Manager, Mr. Japeth A. Luistro.
Right, so good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so I hope you've had a hearty lunch. I feel like the energy is quite down. So maybe you can raise your right hands for a bit. Raise your right hands and then tap the person to your right. And just say, hi, good afternoon. All right, so just we can perk ourselves up as we go through our session. Okay, so that's one of the things that we do when you're a talent capability manager, doing your facilitation. So to actually warm up everyone before a session. All right, so good afternoon again, everyone. I guess it didn't work. Maybe one more time. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, so thank you. Thank you for having us today. So Unionbank is quite happy to be here today to share with you our story. So earlier this morning, we've had a lot of insightful discussions about how we can do personal ways on how we can do how we can learn more about financial literacy and how we can apply it in our day-to-day lives. So in a similar manner, this is something that we also aspire to deliver for Unionbank. But for us today, what we're going to do is really showcase to you some stories, some real-life events that have happened on how Unionbank has able to help bring up financial literacy and financial inclusion here in the country. So our team is really honored to have this opportunity to share with all of you how Union Bank is championing financial inclusion, not just as a corporate social responsibility, but also as a strategic imperative for nation building. So today, I will walk you through Union Bank's story. A story of purpose where innovation would meet humanity. So this is the story of how we leverage technology, partnerships, and purpose-driven innovation to bring financial inclusion closer to our communities through our digital platforms, innovative products, and grassroots societal initiatives. So before anything else, we'd like to share with you how we anchor all of the things that we do in the bank. No, so this is our purpose. Before we go through any of the specific programs, we must know and understand the why behind every bold step that we do in the bank. And that driving force for us is our purpose, reimagining banking to uplift lives. So I hope you were listening attentively to the video earlier, wherein we want to uplift you, upskill you, and unlock you. No? So this is something that we aspire not only for our employees in Union Bank, but also for every community that we have here in the nation. So this simply means that in the core of everything that we do, we always go back to the question, how can we make an impact and uplift the lives of our stakeholders and the communities that we serve? So through the years, Union Bank has gone through several transformations, no? Quite a lot of it on digital transformation. And through it all, we stuck through our battle cry, which is again to reimagine banking to uplift lives. So in fact, from being traditional bank that simply fulfills day-to-day transactions, we have evolved into an organization that builds human-centered innovation. But through it all, we still remain intact or aligned with who we are at our core, which are union bankers who uplift the lives of communities around us. To do this, we are also guided by our core values of integrity, Magis, and Ubuntu. IMU for short. Now, so if you would want to recall it, that's the acronym that we have for it, IMU, so that you can always place yourself in the foot or in the shoes of your customers, because I am because of who you are. No? So that's IMU. But let's start first with integrity. Integrity anchors us on doing what is right at all times, being transparent, authentic, and being an organization that can be trusted. So we become fair, honest, and accountable with our actions, treating each and every person with respect and speaking out for when things do not align with our values and our purpose. With Magis, which is Latin, in case you're familiar with the word, it's identified, or it can be defined as going above and beyond expectations. No? So we bring out our best to deliver value for our stakeholders and communities alike. We continuously innovate and work hard to improve, driven by our purpose of uplifting lives. And lastly, which is my personal favorite, Ubuntu. Ubuntu, as opposed to Magis, which is Latin, it actually comes from an African phrase or an African term, Zulu to be specific. No, it translates to I am because we all are. And this can be expressed with a timeless story that has gone down through generations of union bankers. No? And it goes like this. So I hope you're also curious about this story. So it starts in a small African village, naturally, because the word itself is African in origin. So during a season of abundance, the elders of that African tribe decided to celebrate the harvest by offering baskets of sweet, ripe fruit to the children. But to make it more interesting, they put a twist to it. No? So the fruits would go to the child who could run the fastest and reach the finish line first. So they come up with a race, and whoever gets first place will be the one to receive those fruits. So the children, all excited, they lined up with their eyes wide open. So when the signal was given, instead of sprinting ahead, something unexpected happened. Or maybe something that's already predictable to you. Could you guess what would happen? I can see. She did some a motion like this. So they all went together. No? So I think that's right. No? So quite predictable, but no less impactful for me at least. No? I hope it's the same for you. So they reached for each other's hands first. So that's the first thing that they did when the signal was given. And together, they ran, not as competitors, but as companions. So laughing, cheering, and singing as they crossed the finish line as one. No one was left behind. No one claimed more than the other, and they all shared the fruit, the joy, and the victory. So when asked why they did this, one child simply said, "How can one of us be happy if all the others are sad? If I'm the only one with the fruit, right? So how about the others? What would they eat?" So this encapsulates really the spirit of Ubuntu, where instead of succeeding alone and leaving everyone else behind us, we bring each other forward. This is truly the push and the compelling reason why we do what we do in Unionbank, to bring our communities forward with us. So no one gets left behind. Not union bankers, not the employees of our bank, not our customers, not our stakeholders, but most definitely not our communities, not our nation, the Philippines. No? So inspired by these in our DNA, or the core of who we are as union bankers, we set out on that tireless mission of seeking ways to harness what is, we believe, our core ability, which is on technology, so that we could deliver equitable opportunities for everyone. Again, not just for Union Bank, not just for our stakeholders, but for the community at large. Hence, we have this banner, or this tagline, called Tech Up Pilipinas. This is our aspiration for inclusive growth in the country. This brings about the acknowledgement that the role of Union Bank in nation building is ever important, but also continuously evolving. We know that we are in a transformative world where a lot of digital transformation is really happening. No? So as highlighted earlier on, we're really moving towards digital finance. So a lot of us, through the pandemic, we get, in some ways, no, we move towards digital finance over the traditional way of doing banking, doing transactions, and the like. At this time, our main commitment to our communities is to enable access, equity, and empowerment. And from a standpoint of capability building experts, we saw the need to bridge the capability gaps present in our society, particularly on financial literacy, to uplift the lives of underserved communities and prepare them for the future. So we do that through many different initiatives that cut across different sectors of our society. But that starts with one of our decade-long flagship program, which is what we call Go Beyond Communities. Now, so this is our employee-driven CSR program, where the 5,000 people strong workforce of the bank is empowered to push for their own advocacies and do something about it. So for the past years, our employees would push for ideas surrounding these four Sustainable Development Goals, no? So or SDGs, what you can see here at the bottom of the screen. So quality education, decent work and economic growth for livelihood and employment, reduce inequalities for inclusion, and climate action for the environment. So thus far with GBC, we have touched over 1,500 communities, which also translates to roughly 2 million lives directly impacted, with each project being a step towards a more inclusive and sustainable future-ready Philippines. So there are a lot of stories with GBC, but I saw kanina there's just 7 minutes in my time. So in the interest of time, we can share just a few of my favorites. No worries. And so the first one is our partnership with AHA Learning Center and Pinagbuhatan Elementary School. So Pinagbuhatan is one of the largest barangays in Pasig City, so it's quite close to our head office. It is home to thousands of families, each with their own stories, dreams, and challenges. And at the center of this community stands Pinagbuhatan Elementary School, which is a place not just of learning, but also of hope for the future. A few years back, Union Bank struck a continuing partnership with AHA Learning Center to create a meaningful journey with the school, not just to teach, but to uplift their lives. So together, we recognize that education is not just about the students. No? So much like how Dave earlier highlighted their programs for teachers, we recognize that it really takes a village, no, to build a child, to build a community. So it's about the ecosystem that surrounds those students. That means supporting parents, teachers, and the communities surrounding them. We focused on building a growth mindset amongst them, helping their families understand that the future is cultivated through effort, resilience, and support. So to support this mentality, we also equip them with financial awareness sessions. No? So practical tools to help them envision a better future, save for their children's dreams, and make informed decisions. So we also brought to light the importance of cybersecurity. So again, we are moving towards the digital space already when it comes to financials. So especially in this time when digital transactions are really becoming the norm. In a world where online threats are real, we empower families to protect themselves and their hard-earned resources. So through this initiative, along with countless drives that our employees have done with schools across the country, we're really planting seeds of awareness and hope so that every child can grow up, not just dreaming of a better future, but building it. So again, the future is not just out there, but it's already right now in the present, and we're here to build it. No? Okay. So the second story that I would like to share is when we visited Barangay Gordon Heights, deep in the mountains of Zambales province. So many families here actually live without access to reliable electricity. So for children, they would study by candlelight, and parents would navigate their evenings with flashlights or kerosene lamps. But even in this remote community, there are a lot of dreamers. No? The dreams are actually bright. Families hope for better futures, for education, and for opportunities. So through the partnership with Unionbank and 1 Million Lights Philippines, we brought more than just solar lamps to these communities. We brought them hope. With several solar lights delivered to households, children could now study longer, parents could work, cook, and care for their families without the fear of the dark. But we knew that light alone wasn't enough, so we sat with them, listened, and we shared. So we conducted financial literacy sessions designed with nothing complex, but just simple practical tools. No, yung SMART goals, kanina this morning I think it was shown. So we taught these to our communities in the high mountains so that they would know how to save even in small amounts and how to plan for the future. That even through modern circumstances, or rather modest circumstances, empowerment really begins with knowledge. So the next one, the third story we have is with Better World Cubao and the Golden Gaze community. No, so in celebration of Women's Month this year, we partnered with Better World Cubao, which is a safe space and a support center for women to bring financial literacy sessions that go beyond numbers. No, so we spoke about goal setting, saving, and envisioning a future for women where they are not just surviving, but also thriving. So these women, many of whom who have faced adversity, were reminded that financial independence is not a distant dream anymore, but a journey that they can actually start today with the right tools and the right community supporting behind them. Then, just last June, during Pride Month, we extended the mission to the inspiring community of Golden Gaze. So elderly LGBT who, despite having no families of their own, have built a chosen family rooted in love, resilience, and joy. So in our sessions, we honored their stories and offered them practical guidance on managing resources, planning for their needs, and protecting themselves financially. So these sessions really weren't just about money. They were about, again, hope and also with belonging. Through these initiatives, we saw firsthand how financial literacy and financial inclusion can actually become a tool for healing, for bouncing back from adversity, and for dreaming and reclaiming one's future. So next one is really how we were able to scale our stories. No? So from a small team from Human Resources with our CSR team, then CSR and Sustainability, we actually did a T3, no? So train the trainer session with a lot of our employees across the nation. So from way up in the northern parts of Luzon down to the center, to the heart of Visayas, and even to Mindanao, we empowered our employees from the branches so that they themselves, with their chosen communities, could actually teach financial literacy and cybersecurity. So in this way, we multiply our impact to these different communities. So they became educators, advocates, and champions of financial literacy. So of course, we also are part of a bigger conglomerate. So for us, we are part of the Aboitiz Group. No, so we partner or we work closely also with the Aboitiz Foundation, which is the foundation, no, for the entire conglomerate of the Aboitiz Group. So we often partner with them to work on community projects that likewise aim to uplift communities. And such was the work done with AFI when we conducted financial literacy sessions, again, no, with the graduates of Elevate AIDA, which is a program they intended also for women, for them to be more skilled, no, or to be equipped with capabilities on AI and data. So our commitment to empowering and enabling Filipinos for employment opportunities does not stop there. So we also created the Accelerator program. So, recognizing the need to prepare future leaders for a rapidly evolving world, we launched Accelerator in 2018, which is a program designed to equip individuals with the skills of tomorrow. So we have soft skills for digital literacy, very important in this day and age where nothing anymore is quite done the traditional way. We have innovation mindset and sustainability leadership. For technical skills, we have blockchain, we have APIs, data science, among many others, all of which are very critical if we're really moving towards the future of money and the future of banking and the future of financial inclusion. So Accelerator is not just a training initiative, it's a program for transformation and building oneself for the future of work. Tech capability building ensures that the next generation of skilled tech practitioners will be well equipped to take on the future tech jobs. So with Accelerator, we've had boot camps focused on building these talents, taking on blockchain and data science, creating hundreds of tech experts that can take on tech jobs. And later on, not only is Accelerator a program, but it's also now a platform. It's a website where anyone who is interested in building their tech capabilities could go explore and study modules at their own pace and at their own time. So De La Salle students, you can actually try it out yourselves as well. No? So you can go to this link here that's provided, ubpaccelerator.aptitude.xyz. So to date, there are over 30,000 users in the platform that would go through modules on API, business, blockchain, data science, DevOps, AI, and even job seeker essentials. So all in the spirit of preparing everyone for the future of work. No? So these modules are continuously updated as more emerging tech capabilities also become known. So we also include these mindset in the way that we do our products and services in the bank. So we've adopted technology to create more inclusive products and services, such as mobile-first platforms that deliver seamless experiences and extend the bank's reach beyond physical branches. We have AI-powered credit scoring models, open AIs, and also we have these 5G-enabled bank on wheels to bring banking services to remote areas and disaster-stricken communities, like those in the Visayas affected by Typhoon Odette back in 2021, when all services were down in the area because of the damages brought about by the typhoon. We were able to bring our bank on wheels so that we could service those who are in dire need of financial services during that period. So now, to truly drive financial inclusion, we must also empower people to adopt and adapt to technology confidently. So we have these capability building features embedded in the way we do work in Unionbank. So we have digital literacy programs that teach communities how to do smart budgeting. That's highlighted in our GBC programs earlier. And we're also gearing up for innovation boot camps that we would offer to our SMEs, MSMEs, so micro, small, and medium enterprises, so that they would have comprehensive learning programs on how to do business efficiently and effectively. So remember, 99% of businesses in the country are made up of our MSMEs. So it's really critical that we are able to empower these segments for nation building and to create a financially inclusive Philippines. We also support sustainability hackathons like Pasig Climathon, wherein we can co-create tech-driven solutions to not only uplift lives but also protect our planet. Because, again, remember, inclusion must go hand in hand with sustainability and environmental protection. And within our organization, we also do employee upskilling so that we equip our teams to design inclusive and user-first digital products that meet the evolving needs of every Filipino. So at the heart of financial inclusion is the belief that banking can and should uplift lives. So by reimagining how we serve, connect, and empower, we're not just transforming banking, but we're also empowering every Filipino to build and own the future. So thank you and good afternoon.